Hello Galactic family. How to help my child to transmit restrictions still in this life? Question. Dear Masters, I received a few days ago from my dear Master Nada, that I was chosen to accompany the journey of overcoming a great spirit, who is my son, for he and my husband and I have chosen to be here so that one can support the other, especially to help my son in releasing the restrictions he came to in this life. However, I sometimes think that my actions, of overprotecting it, have accentuated their difficulties and I feel very guilty about it. I have in my heart the following doubt: is there any possibility of transmuting this reality of my son still in this life, through the mighty violet flame? How to do this? I am deeply grateful. Answer. Dear sister, as it has been brought to you, your beloved son has his own road to tread. What you can do for him, my dear, is to leave the trail of light for him to follow his walk, showing how to live life detached from material attachment and worries. The violet flame will help to transmute the constraints that bind you to repetitive behaviors, just as all the flames and energy of the Masters come to aid in the liberation of all of you. But what is within your reach, my daughter, is only to leave your trail of light. Your child will follow him to build his own journey, if that is his will, for he is also a free being to choose the roads of his own life. Go on your own journey, be an example of detachment from matter, concerns and release of restraints, be the focus of light to illuminate the life of your child and all that you need through your own transformation. Follow in peace and with love on this walk, dear sister. I'm a sweet sister. How to deal with envy? Question. Dear Masters, grateful opportunity to participate. It has been months of great transformation. The last few weeks have been a hell, for the envy has emerged glaringly and manifested against a person who loves and helps me. I felt my body burn. And if my conscience told me that it was not necessary, my body felt it well. Indescribable. Please tell me that I am on the right path to dealing with this envy, because the desire to file it is very great. Another thing that undermines me: the need for external recognition and attention has emerged. It is already latent in consciousness. How do I deal with it so it does not become hell? What does life ask me about it? I still ask for some advice or a friendly word about my self-confidence. I work for her, but I feel a bit alone in all this. How can I love and value myself more in the practical sense? Sometimes I also think that I do not really like anyone, and that saddens me. Thank you endless times. Answer. My beloved daughter, the strength and courage to face and allow yourself to feel these emotions is what will help you in self-cleaning and purification. He needs to understand that what he feels is the point where he enters the planetary grid, anchors the element of envy that is precisely the blockage of the solar plexus. You cling to what is external, that you would like to have, and you are willing to do things you do not like to have what you want in life. Indeed, daughter, this is one of the points of immersion in the planetary mesh that leads you to want to be, to have, or to take charge of what you believe will bring you happiness. This is because they still carry the belief that material life will be able to bring them fulfillment, happiness and love. They believe that being equal in material aspects will be loved, tolerated and accepted wherever they go. But you need to understand that all this is a great illusion that sustains internally, since it does not have to be accepted or loved, it only needs to live life seeking its self-love, its self-acceptance. It will be rising and detaching itself from this energy of material will, to the point of wanting to be equal to those you admire. You need to seek your own truth and stop thinking that others may be happier than you because you do not know the pains they carry and the blockages they face. We suggest that you perform exercises to purify the solar plexus, releasing the abdomen and working wipes in this chakra that will progressively bring relief to your heart. You will be progressively cleansing and purifying your energetic point to bring relief to your emotions. But the greatest restraint he has is in the way he still sees the world, for he needs to detach himself from the belief that matter will lead to happiness, when we are only complete when we discover what we are, without comparisons, but partake of the greater unity. Be in that faith. I am El Moria. Why do not I join? Question. What's happening to me? I cannot get a job and I only get paid. Even the incoming aids are no longer coming. I do not know where I'm wrong. I'm really on the verge of passing need. It never happened to me. Answer. Son. Carry within you the fear of what may happen to you, but you must free yourself from it. You will not pass need. Only if you continue to believe that. But you could start thinking about looking for something that really will make you face it, that leads you to bring back your essence. But for this you have to abandon all your beliefs about what is right and what is wrong. You need to understand that the world is what it is, and then you insert yourself in the midst of people with humility, with compassion, allowing and accepting the choices that each one makes, even if he understands that it is not his way. You put yourself often as the one who is most advanced, and forget that we are all apprentices, we all have our ways. By anchoring this reality you will see that the doors will begin to open, but perhaps not in the way you imagine, but in the way that you may think is not the best for you. Do you understand what I tell you? Often it is our beliefs, our opinions, that close the doors. But when one places himself as an equal, as one who experiences the same difficulties of every human being, he goes through pain, through humiliation, but accepts to go through it with integrity, with confidence, then he will build his path. The belief that he is worthy of the best often disturbs us, for if we anchor inner certainty and thus allow people to put us in an initial position, even if it is not our view of ourselves, we will be anchoring the humility necessary for a fresh start, above all, bringing to our hearts the opportunity to serve and to stand as equal in the world. See, in this way, for it has not done anything wrong, but it needs to anchor the beginning that all pass, putting itself in the reality of the physical life where all need to seek their sustenance, although in a form that we do not consider ourselves to dignify. It's a strong message that will cause you an initial bad feeling. But think, son, in the way you put yourself before the situations you live in, and then begin life as a young man who begins his journey to support himself. With the confidence he gives from the beginning he will find the door he wants to open. Be at peace, my brother. I am Ptia. I do not find my way. Question. Hello, masters. Thank you in advance for the opportunity and support in solving these doubts. There are so many questions, but I will prioritize the essentials. Since 2007, my life has become chaos. In 2013 I got to the bottom of the well. I felt so small, so abandoned and lacking the strength to live. But these circumstances brought me back to life. Today I feel lighter, fuller, free and happy. I have searched for self-knowledge and I have tried to find my way, but I often feel lost and often unhelpful not to contribute financially to my family's expenses, something that I have always contributed, and this has bothered me, because I know of my husband's effort to keep our family. I have worked as a freelancer and I really like what I do, but the financial resources are not enough because I paid to work and I do not know how long my husband will be able to handle it. I do not want to go back to that old life. I do not fit into this model of work anymore. I feel deep in my being that I have come to change paradigms, to support the transformation of the earth through education, but I cannot move forward. I feel that I am walking slowly, because I see no results. I ask for a light in this direction. Another thing is that I have seen many numbers in front of me. I know it's a message. What does it mean to see so many numbers the same? I have also felt an expansion in the coronary chakra, tingling in my hands and my blurred vision. Is this health problem or mediumship? What to do? And lastly, I remember a long time ago, a seer told me that I made a promise to Our Lady, and that I have not fulfilled yet. Does it proceed? How can I fulfill something I do not remember? I know that I have made many mistakes in my life out of fear, out of ignorance, out of selfishness, but in the stage where I find myself, I want to hit the right way, to follow my path with purpose. Once again, I am grateful for the attention and love. Namaste. Answer. Beloved sister, life in matter is made up of innumerable possibilities to achieve the same goal. What happens is that during this quest we are leaving our fears, frustrations, and we are also adding some restrictions that are the result of living the experience fully. And there's nothing wrong with that. You have gone through innumerable situations, just like all of your brothers, where you have assumed diverse positions and identities, and the connection with your essence can bring confusion of thoughts where you can no longer find a way to tread life. It turns out, my daughter, that during all your experiences, your quest was to find that path, your purpose, to do something that brings satisfaction and lightness. And still today the search is the same. What does not allow you to achieve the goal is precisely to try to fit into something that your mind understands as possibility, without allowing the free flow of life. You just need to silence and find your truth. No searching for an answer or a road sign, but only to find yourself. If you do, the road will be built before you, and shown to you so you can follow. You are prevented from seeing it only because you are in the incessant quest to understand and try to materialize what your mind understands as possibilities. There is no one to say the answer, not a seer, not even a teacher, my daughter. The search must be only by the encounter with itself and the emptying of expectations and possibilities, so that the materialization of possibilities is brought by God. The walk in life is filled with illusions of matter, but the only way to find its true purpose is precisely to cease the quest and allow the free flow of life. I am Archangel Metatron. Barriers in effective relationships. Question. Hello beloved, grateful for the opportunity. My life has changed 360 in the last 3 years, so if they spoke I would doubt it, and changed for the better. But there is an issue in which I still have difficulty. I know that our happiness lies in us and not in the external. But while in this address, I would like to start a family, have someone to follow the walk and share the good moments of life. But this is a part where I encounter many barriers. I do not know what to do, because they are always problematic people. I am with a person at the moment and without a north. I do not really understand what the person wants. Why so afraid to try? I try to help from afar, and I feel trapped. I've been through a lot of things, but I wonder if this is some kind of ransom that I have to go through, and what I am not seeing at all. I ask for guidance, so that you can see more clearly why there are so many barriers when it comes to effective relationships. And as for the boy, I feel that something is wrong with the person. I would like to understand. Answer. Dear little sister, you approached that boy to fill your heart's need, We know that. There is nothing wrong with that. But realize that regardless of the reason you drew closer to him, you chose to tread a road of self-discovery. You know and are aware of your need, and you know that your quest is to free yourself from this feeling, which hurts in your heart. You know that filling with a person will not make you heal this wound, but only the inner search for the reason which needs to be with someone, the reason that causes frustration in your heart. As long as you look at the other, you will not be satisfied. There will always be the feeling that something in that person is wrong and does not fill it. For the filling must come only from you. Therefore, my dear, proceed by radiating the crystal violet flame each time you feel a nuisance during this experience of relationship. Any feeling that bothers you must be an emotional trigger to be observed and addressed. That way, when you identify a trigger, proceed by radiating the crystal violet flame in the feeling, and allow that light to illuminate the entire energetic thread that binds that feeling to your Akashic record. There command that the record be illuminated and purified with the flame. And seal the job. Proceed with completion by radiating golden flame throughout this worked field, to align and balance. This therapy will aid in your process, so that you gradually cleanse all the records that lead to feelings that you have and that do not bring happiness. Be in peace, and with much love I will be with you to help you during your self-healing. Love. Rowena. How to freedom from fear and insecurity. Question. Hello dear masters. Thank you very much to all involved, the opportunity to get in touch. I was already trying to walk a path of healing and self-knowledge, and some events happened attracting me more and more to this universe invisible to me, but by which I feel a great familiarity. I feel lost, lonely, discouraged, unmotivated, but I try to focus on the abundance around me, how blessed I am. I believe that I transmuted many bonds that imprisoned me. However, I have great resistance in exposing myself. I am insecure, ashamed, and afraid. I am always trying to face my fears, but I feel a great resistance. I know I need to love myself more, but how can I improve? How to live in peace and trust? I would like some guidance. I thank you. Answer. Save daughter. I know that shyness puts us in a state of not trusting what we are, because in the bottom it is only sad because it feels that it is capable of more, to appear for its own life and to put itself in position of instructor in the words, in the way of thinking and in the way he sees life. Of all the restrictions he suffers, it is the insecurity that bothers you the most at the moment, because you have not yet discovered everything that is yet to compare and accept being told what it is. Daughter, look for that inside her, look at her childhood story, what comes to mind? Actually, daughter, all you need to do is find the woman inside you. She is no longer the girl her mother protected. What he needs is to free himself from the comparisons that have imposed on him throughout his life. Do you understand what I tell you? What will help you to overcome this will be the abandonment of all the beliefs that brought you to not allow you to solve your own problems. This demotivation is because in trying to solve what afflicts you, it comes up against the beliefs of inferiority that have been imposed upon you. You must get rid of it. You will do this by forsaking inwardly all the people in your life, failing to accept the imposition they have brought you of not being able to overcome those words of inferiority that you carry within you. Abandonment that we say here is not the physical, but the inner abandonment, of not allowing people who love you to shape their way of being. You must free yourself from these commitments with everyone, and from there on each day solve your own problems, face your difficulties, accepting the risk of making mistakes and having to do it again, but do it for yourself. Each time you face and put yourself at the front of your life, without depending on anyone, you will progressively feel capable, and you will see that this shyness is no reason to exist, because we are all made of the same energy, of the same matter, love of God, and only it exists. Be in peace. Father Josie de Rwanda